Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you are, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. And this is our match reaction show to Liverpool's 0-0 draw with Everton. Yes, it wasn't the prettiest of games. Yes, it wasn't a 64-0 as I predicted on Doug's channel, unfortunately, but that would have been nice. But yeah, we will dive in and react to Liverpool's 0-0 draw with the blue and white shites. I think that's what I'd like to call them right now. And yeah, we will dive into it. But as you can see, I am joined by some very special guests. And first of all, I will start off with Doug from the Dugout Football channel. How are you, mate?
Not too bad. Feeling a bit deflated after that, not going to lie. But at least we didn't lose. That's the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think, it would have been even more of a frustrating day if we had lost. But yeah, I'm also joined as well by Mickey Friars as well. Mick, how are you doing after that draw?
Bit sleepy, bro. That second half was boring.
Yeah.
Boring. But we'll come into that in a minute. But I'm okay. I'm happy with it. If you'd have told me to start the season we'd get 4 points off Everton, I'd have been happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, as well, we are joined by Jack Mack LFC. Jack, how are you doing, my friend?
Thank you very much for having me on again, mate. Hope every single one of you is keeping safe. And most of you enjoyed the game. I know it was very hard to do so, but it was nice to see the Reds back in action after all this for 3 months off anyway. But just happy to see us playing footy once again. But nice one for having me on, mate.
Brilliant, mate. Yeah, happy to have you on as well, and happy to have all of you on as well. And guys, please do go to the video description. Go and follow the lads on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the platforms they're on. Please go and follow them right now. And yeah, also as well, if you are new to this channel, then please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well, because YouTube doesn't like pushing people's videos, plain and simple. So hit the notification bell and yeah, get that promotion going right there. But of course, starting 11, that was the huge talking point before the game. And, we had a few surprises, to be fair. Of course, the team was Alisson Becker in goal, of course, best goalkeeper in the world, plain and simple. Then you had Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip. That was a big shout out because, I think we all expected Joe Gomez to start the game. And then, of course, Virgil van Dijk. And the other big shout out then as well was James Milner in at left back. Of course, we did say that Andrew Robinson was suffering with an injury and he didn't play at all today. He was off injured, but yeah, we'll have other news on that as well. Of course, then the midfield was Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita. Of course, that was, a talking point as well. Would it be Gini? Would it be Naby? And then the front three was Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino and Takumi Minamino as well. Mo Salah put on the bench due to his fitness concerns as well. I'll start off with Jack. When you saw the team sheet, was you happy with the team sheet and the news that both, that Andrew Robinson was out and Mo was on the bench?
I think it was, for me personally, I was expected because I think what everyone's been hearing on social media and everything, obviously, Naby and Minamino have been having rave reviews. And obviously in the pre-match warm-up and obviously the Blackburn game, I think everyone was very impressed. But I think for me, Naby and I think Robbo was a huge miss today. I think we'll go talk about that a bit later anyway. But I think Liverpool lost the usual Liverpool, especially going down that left-hand flank. But I think James, he played very well. Jimmy Milner anyway, Hammers Milner or whatever you want to call him. But I'm gutted he got taken off, mate. But I think he played well, Millie, when he was playing anyway. But gutted he got taken off. But I think Liverpool lost a bit of what we do best going down that left-hand flank. But I was made up to see Mini play anyway. Very impressed, but we'll talk about that later anyway, mate. But I was very surprised. But Joel Matip, for me, was a bit of a surprise package. But he delivered, as he always does. But we'll talk about that later, without spoiling it. But yeah, it was made up with the lineup, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And Mick, I know that Jack has just mentioned Joel Matip in for Joe Gomez. Was you surprised by that? And by, I know that, both Joel Matip and Joe Gomez, phenomenal defenders. But were you surprised to see Joel Matip's name on the list?
I was actually, because before the lockdown, the cancelling of football, Gomez and Van Dijk were forming another great partnership. I think we had a few 0-0s in a row. I know we lost Champions League match, but that was in extra time. I thought they played really decent in the first half, in the first 90 minutes of that game. So I was really surprised to see Matip in but who am I to question Klopp? Klopp knows what he's doing, and it turned out with the injury to Milner that Gomez was needed anyway. But I still think Gomez is the future and the better partner for Van Dijk, in my opinion. I know Matip's had his time. Matip's a bit injury prone as well, as we've seen today. He's come off. We don't know what's going on with him. So big shock. I think the big shock for me was Minamino playing in the front three. I don't think he's a wide man. Today proved that. I'd like to see him in centre midfield or in for Bobby's place when Bobby ain't playing.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we'll get onto that in a little bit, but I do believe that you are correct with it. But Doug, of course, the lads have mentioned Naby Keita and things. I guess, of course, it was that debate: would it be Gini Wijnaldum or would it be Naby Keita? Was you happy to see that Naby lad was in midfield?
I was delighted, absolutely delighted, because I thought they had very, very good games against Blackburn. And I was over the moon when Mini and Keita started, and I actually thought in the first half they actually played very, very well. Both of them looked really, really lively. It was just when obviously Keita went off in the second half where we kind of lost something a little bit. But no, I thought it was a very attacking lineup, and I thought it was a very, very brave lineup to go with as well. So I think for lineups concerned, I was delighted to see Naby and Mini play.
Yeah, definitely. And, guys, please do let us know in the comments your thoughts and opinions as well. And we will all dive in the comments to talk to you guys as well. But my personal opinion, I was, happy that both Takumi Minamino and Naby Keita got game time. Like Doug said, against Blackburn, they were, very, very good. And, apparently both of them had very good games. But, Mickey mentioned an interesting point. And, throughout the first half, Liverpool were very attacking, to be fair, and they looked as the half progressed, they looked to be getting into their rhythm and looked to be getting to Liverpool's best, practically to what it is right now. Of course, football teams have struggled with getting back up to match fitness and things like this, but Mickey said it perfectly. Takumi Minamino, he doesn't seem as a winger, particularly, of course, Mo Salah usually plays there, but I'll start off with asking Doug this. Do you think that Liverpool could have changed systems today by any chance, by going to maybe to a 4-1-2-1-2 or maybe a 4-2-3-1 to kind of make it better for the likes of Takumi and Bobby, or do you think Klopp was right to go with a 4-3-3?
I think he was right to go with a 4-3-3 to begin with, but as you could see the game going on, it just didn't really work. I'm not sure Minamino's a winger. I think we've all kind of seen it. I think he's a Bobby Firmino type of player. So I'm wondering if maybe Klopp has brought him in, just obviously in case like Firmino gets injured, etc. But no, I mean, look. I would have probably played a 4-2-3-1 today. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me that I think had like Mane, like Minamino, and maybe sort of Keita being that sort of front three behind Firmino. I just had a feeling today that we missed a trick and we should have maybe gone that 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think one player as well that I think maybe if Liverpool, obviously they went with the 4-3-3, and someone that has been so, used to the 4-3-3 is Divock Origi. I think personally, maybe Mick, I'll ask you this. Maybe if we moved Mane to the right and then put Divock on the left, to maybe then Takumi then could have come on for Bobby Firmino, and then we could have maybe we could have even bring on Harvey Elliott, because of course Harvey Elliott was on the bench as well. Were you surprised that then, due to Liverpool going for a 4-3-3, Origi wasn't chosen over Takumi?
I was a little bit. I personally think that Origi's best position is in the centre. As the centre forward.
Yeah.
What we need to remember is Bobby can play on the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have moved Bobby out wide. Or maybe I would have played Trent out wide and put Nico Williams at right back. Because I think Trent's future is wide right. I think that going forward in the development of the team, Trent will eventually move forward. I'm 100% certain about that. He's world class, isn't he? Everyone knows, where he is, where he is in his development. He's still a young man. He's still got a few things to learn. But I personally believe, and I think a lot of Liverpool fans say on social media, that Trent's future is up there. Maybe it was time we've seen it now, but if we was going to play Divock Origi, him in the middle, Bobby wide, or Bobby could have played left and moved Mane to right. I mean, when Salah playing, they swap over anyway, go up through games. I just think if one of the front three isn't playing, we seem to lack a cutting edge, no matter who's playing. And I think if one of them's out, I personally wouldn't play the 3-3. I would play two up front and then move someone into midfield. Minamino is too similar to Bobby. They can't play in the same team. And I agreed with what Gary Neville and Carragher were saying. Both were coming deep and getting in each other's way. It was mad. And I also think today, the imbalance in midfield, I think because we played Keita, Henderson was pushed back to defensive midfield.
Yeah.
And I think he didn't dictate the game. Henderson needs to play further forward, as proven this year. When he plays further forward, we look a much better side. I just felt the balance of the whole team was very, very stretched today. It had so much. There weren't the cross balls from left to right like we normally do. We normally make so much space from them balls, either Robbo to Trent or Trent to Robbo. There's a lot of things wrong today. The fitness, we didn't look fit. And have you noticed, every time Klopp goes on about breaks, every time Liverpool come back from a break, we look crap.
Yeah.
We don't seem as fit.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would agree with that. I think, if you guys remember back to, when we get used to, get knocked out the FA Cup early and we'd come back after that 3-week period, Liverpool would look a bit tired and look, a bit fatigued. But, Jack, Mickey said it there, with, the imbalance of the midfield. Would you have maybe, I personally think, Naby was, fantastic when he was playing today. Do you think then that, the likes of maybe Jordan Henderson should have been put on the bench and brought on later on to maybe, change the game up like that? Would you maybe have started Gini over Henderson in that aspect of things, or would you have kept, the same midfield as today?
I think the lads are spot on what he said. He's spot on with the imbalance of the team, especially going down that left-hand side, and the way in which we've seen Naby last year and this year. He's very defensively not switched on. I think the game last year, we can all remember the West Ham game, always sticks in my head when he loses the ball and we can see the goal and very lacklustre. I think Hendo, as Mickey said, was very defensive-minded today, and it just left, for as I mentioned, Minamino dropping deeper, because he didn't have any service, really. There was no link-up between the midfield and the attacking players. And Everton, I think Ancelotti said prior to the game starting, they were playing the very defensive 4-4-2, and you'd expect 4-3-3 to very much outnumber players in the middle of the park. Liverpool's players in the middle today, we only had 3 shots on target in the whole entirety of that game, and we didn't create enough clear-cut chances. Our best chance and best opportunity come from a free kick from Fabinho at the back end of that game, and Everton had their best opportunity hitting the post at the back end of the game. Was very disappointed by Liverpool's midfield. that's no fault of their own from the players. I think the rhythm and the momentum, as you've already said, Liverpool need a couple of games. The way in which we play our football, you can't just go straight in from playing Blackburn, batter them 6-0. It's a very different kettle of fish, especially against an Ancelotti side, who is very defensive minded. He's not going to go, right, we're going to attack Liverpool, we're going to sit behind the ball, make it as hard as we can. And as you said, the players needed, I think it'd be up until the City game. I'd expect a very similar game when we play against Palace, because Roy, he's very much like Ancelotti, very old as well. But I think he'll play a very, very similar game, and I think it will be. I think we could have a draw against Crystal Palace. But on today's game, I think we should have been dominating midfield a lot more and a lot better. I was very disappointed by the way in which we didn't control the game, even though we had 70% possession. But most of that was passing it round the back, passing it sideways. There was no player on the ball, apart from Naby or Minamino, when he was getting the ball, turning the body and just shifting the ball forward. It's simple things, but how many games do you watch Liverpool and say, just get the ball and just drive at them? But I think Ox, if he was playing, I think he could have offered that to us. Obviously, he come on in the second half, but I was very disappointed by it. But we go again, and I think it'll be a couple of weeks until we do see the best of Liverpool at the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think all of you have mentioned a fantastic thing. I know that today Liverpool's midfield, they just weren't right, and it's like at the end of the day as well. I think all teams have experienced this, maybe apart from Manchester City, where they looked, completely dominant against Arsenal. But, Arsenal just a joke right now, which is like funny to see, especially, if anyone did see my tweet when, someone, a Dejan Lovren come on, I was screaming on Twitter, don't do a David Luiz. And there was nearly a David Luiz moment, but we won't talk about that. But of course, the big injury news, first half was the injury to James Milner, which does seem to be a hamstring injury, which of course Millie did, suffer a hamstring injury earlier on in the season and was out for a good while, if my memory does serve me correctly. So hopefully James Milner will be okay. But of course, the second half then went on. Of course, Liverpool, dominating the first half in a sense, but the second half, Takumi Minamino gets sent off. Well, doesn't get sent off, gets substituted off. Don't worry, guys, there wasn't a red card. I do apologise. He got substituted off. But yeah, he did get sub off for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'll ask Mickey this. Of course, Takumi, since joining in January, hasn't really had game time. But do you think quickly that, that will affect his confidence now due to, him, being substituted off, at half time practically?
Yeah, I don't think it was a good move, to be honest. It was strange that Chamberlain came on and played in the front three as well, because it didn't look right with him doing it. I think it was a big mistake. He should have changed the formation first and kept them players, and then had a look at Chamberlain later on. I prefer Chamberlain at where Naby Keita played today.
Yeah,
I think that's Chamberlain's best position by far. He's good at running on, doing the long shots, putting the balls through. I feel sorry for the lad. He's not going to get confidence in 45 minutes of football. He needs more. He needs more football. Yeah. And if I'd have been him, I'd have think, why am I coming off?
Yeah,
because he wasn't the worst player on the pitch. There was. I thought Bobby was terrible today.
Yeah.
Listen, this is probably going to destroy a lot of Liverpool fans. I think Bobby's been poor this season. I think he's not been the same player as he has been. I don't know what it is or what's happened, but he's not been as clinical this year. He's missed a lot of chances.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be creating as much as he did before. And I hate to see it because I love Bobby Firmino. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But, it's early warning signs. I think, like you said, are the boys fit? I don't think they are, but neither were the Everton boys. So we can't really. You've seen in most games that, to be honest, the sharpest team I've seen so far have been Man City. They just cruised. But that, I think they were helped by David Luiz a lot, but it helps them a little bit. But they still looked. They look fit. They look fit from the first minute to the last. I mean, we've had some great performances over the weekend, like Traore at Wolves, but every team has struggled in the first half. And
definitely.
I think it's a long time without football. It's longer than the pre-season. It's a long time without football. We've got to remember this. And like you said, there's been a lot of injuries as well in these first games, which is what they were worried about. Another thing I want to mention as well, them water breaks, they're shocking. They just, to me, it bores the shit out of me. It stops the game. They need to relook at that.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, do let us know in the comment section. But yeah, I remember Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville talking about that and saying that, they think it's pretty useless. And to be fair, I would agree. Me personally, I think, it breaks down the play. And I think that today, personally, I think that helped Everton in a sense, because I think just before one of the water breaks, I think Liverpool was starting to get a rhythm in like the second half, and then it went completely dead then after the water break. But Doug, I know that Mickey said it, but they Liverpool, they just didn't look right in the second half. When the likes of Takumi and Naby went off. I think that we've spoken, about, what ifs and things like this, but, it was more of the case that, I think Everton, they did well to defend, sadly, we got to give Everton a bit of credit for sitting back and, defending. But, it's like we said earlier on, Everton, they had the best chance of the game, with Calvert-Lewin that hit the bar? Or was it Davis? I can't remember.
Davies, I think.
Was it Davies?
Yeah. Davis,
yeah. So, it's one of these. But, of course, we've got Alisson Becker and things like this. But, Doug, if there was one player today that, was, I wouldn't say man of the match, but was better than the rest then for Liverpool today, who would that be for you?
I gave Joel Matip man of the match on my match reaction, in all honesty, because I thought he was absolutely magnificent. Him and Van Dijk didn't really miss any of their aerial duels. I believe that Van Dijk had 19 aerial duels and he won 10 of them. So he didn't lose that many. And I think Matip was something like 11 out of 12 or something. So both of the centre backs were fantastic. Thought Keita was very, very good when he was starting, and then obviously had to come off as well. I mean, it just wasn't our day. But can we just comment on Mike Dean having a beard? I am never, ever, ever going to get that image out of my head. I mean, Mike Dean with a beard is just not right. Not right whatsoever.
It's lockdown though. It's literally the curse of the lockdown. Mike Dean's got a beard. N'Golo Kante's got hair. Ashley Young's got hair. What's happened? It's like the world's gone crazy. But I think Joel Matip, solid performance. Like we said, coming in for Joe Gomez today. Of course, Joe Gomez having to come in for James Milner. Jack, I know for me personally, I'm going to give Naby Keita my man of the match. I think, when he was on, I think he was absolutely superb. I think for me, he was, man of the match when he was on the pitch. I know that many people would, say Joel Matip and things like this. But does Joel Matip or Naby get in for your man of the match?
It's for me, it's literally got to be Alisson Becker.
Yes.
Because just for the saves, because how fun has it been watching some goalkeepers? That was a game, most in particular. Goalkeepers we've been used to, especially in the Premier League. Yeah. Alisson had basically nothing to do all game, and only prior to us having Alisson, not naming names, but we've had goalies in our goal.
You can name
that just dropped the ball in the back of the net. And it's so easy, even when you go to the park, play footy with your mates, goalkeepers can switch off in games. And the two big saves at the back end of that game, Everton have done not an all game, apart from the opportunities in which you could have Richarlison could have put down the back of the net. I know it looks like a simple shot and a simple save to make, but keepers in the Premier League, some of them would let them in. Big Ali wouldn't let them in anyway. But for me, it just highlights the importance of him in games like that, the Napoli game, the Tottenham games in the final. He steps up when he needs be. I know you weren't world-class saves, but you need your goalie to save them when you need them to, really. And for me, I loved Joel's performance today. I wish he scored that header anyway. I think that was a great opportunity for him in the first half, I think it was. But for me, Ali, I'd just give man of the match to that.
Yeah, definitely. I think sadly Gary Neville said it. I think I was going to say a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, because it's been so long without football. I think it was 108 days since Liverpool last played, or something crazy like that. So, unbelievable. But Ali Becker, he makes saves look so simple. And okay, it was a simple save, but like you said, certain Manchester goalkeepers like to, like Doug is showing right now, they like to play a little bit of volleyball, if you want to call it that. It's nice, to be fair, that we've actually got, one of, if not the best goalkeepers in the world, practically. But Mick, of course, I've gone Naby, Doug's gone Joel, and Jack's gone Ali. Have you got anyone different for man of the match today?
Well, just to go on Jack's point, Alisson's the only goalkeeper that doesn't panic when Lovren's playing. So that's how good he is. To me, I thought Fabinho is back to the pre-Christmas Fabinho, not the after-Christmas Fabinho. I thought he was awesome today. I thought he was smashing him in midfield. He was breaking up the play. He was the one midfielder I thought looked balanced. I just think everything around him was not right. So for me, it has to be him, Fabinho. I think it's so good to see him back, because I think that bodes well. I think Klopp's got a dilemma who he plays around him. I know you guys all love Naby Keita. I'm not a big fan. He's got a lot more to do to convince me yet. He played well today, but he didn't do anything going forward. So no one can do. He didn't lose the ball like he normally does. So I'll give him credit for that today. He did turn, but I don't think he did anything going forward. I think he was too cautious. But so was it could have been the way the team is. Let's see what he's like in 3 or 4 games. And we've all come thinking, we're going to win the league by City are going to lose to Arsenal and win the league against Everton, and we're going to win against Palace and whatever. I think we're not going to win the league till after the City game. I think now, looking at how it started, I think we'll probably draw against Palace, and I think we might lose against City.
Oh, interesting. Guys,
I honestly believe the way City have come out the blocks flying. Yeah, they got something to prove for the rest of the season. They've got to throw a marker down for next season. They've started better than we have. I think by the time we'll see tomorrow night when they play Burnley. If they smash Burnley, we're in trouble. And we don't do much against Palace. We're not going to compete with them. Put it this way: that side today against Man City would have got annihilated. I'm sorry, but it would have done. It was too imbalanced. City would have smashed down our left-hand side, their right-hand side, and they would have just right. I think a decent. Let's be honest. Everton are not a good side. They've got a great manager, but they're shit. Yeah, let's be honest. They are shit, and they made us look average today.
Yeah,
a good side would have destroyed us today.
I was going to say, Mickey, do you reckon in terms of that, you're spot on there? I think, would you, if you were to flip that, would you reckon it'd more suit Liverpool if you played like a City today? Because they would have come at us, really, and I think Liverpool, don't get me wrong, we weren't at our best, but I think the most games that we play our best in is when teams come at us and really get at us. I don't think Everton would allow that today for us. No. I think. Yeah. But what do you reckon? Do you reckon if?
I just worry because of the starting 11. and the way it turned out and the way it was, I think we would have struggled against City today. Going through, if people go on us, I mean, I know. Listen, Sadio Mane would have got more space. We know that, but he did well today. But you could see he's off pace. He's not back. He's not back to Superman. He will be in a couple of games. I don't know what's gone on or how it's been, but whatever City did in this mini pre-season, they're the only team I think that have looked fit. Everybody else has looked unfit. So whatever City have done, every other team needs to look at, because that, to me, they are the standout team from coming back. And I know, listen, the way we play, and we've already spoke about this and whatever. If we have a break, we don't look the same when we come back. I think we just need to keep playing and playing and playing and playing and playing. That's how our game works.
Yeah.
Playing City, I would have been. I think we would have been crying today if we'd have played City. I think it would have been like, but let's see how we do against Palace. See what the second game's like. If we're still looking lacklustre and whatever, we need to worry about City. But we'll see tomorrow night with City. It's all concerned. But at the moment, from what I've seen, we're going to. We won't win the league. We won't win. We will win the league, but we won't win it when we think we're going to win it.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, Sean Dyche.
I think to be fair, the funniest thing is, like, you could have said all that, and now by tomorrow night we could be, at Palace now on Wednesday, and we could potentially go and challenge for the title. Like, it could all change. But yeah, fingers crossed it does actually happen. But
boys, do you not think as well, because they know they're that close? Do you think the pressure's ranked up?
Yeah.
Me personally, I think it has. I think that, plenty of times, Liverpool, to rival fans, we've been thinking as bottlers, but the real bottlers are Tottenham Hotspurs. But we won't talk about that. But it's I think Van Dijk said it. Liverpool now, because everyone's talked about it for months. Liverpool now know where they are, and they only need 6 points to be crowned champions mathematically. But it's one of these things where I think that Liverpool themselves, I think they'll remain focused, and we could be saying all of this now, and by Wednesday Liverpool could completely destroy Palace. It's possible. Anything's possible in football. But guys, do let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know your man of the matches as well, and things like that, because we can go on for 33 minutes. Like, I hope you enjoy these long videos, because we do like talking about Liverpool. So yeah, it has been fantastic. And of course, I'm actually really thankful for Mickey that he's actually mentioned Fabinho. Fabinho pre-Christmas, for me was Liverpool's player of the season, and then unfortunately, due to him getting injured, he was lacking that bit of ruthless, then you could say, in his game and things like this. But of course, guys, please let us know in the comment section down below. And of course, as well, that was our third goalless draw in a row at Goodison, and yeah, that is just not good enough practically, because we need to beat the blue and white shites every single chance we got. But yeah, of course, that is going to be the end of our match reaction to the 0-0 draw with Everton. Of course, thank you to I want to call you the Fab Three, because it's just fantastic having you on. But I'll start off with Doug. Doug, where can we find you on the socials, mate?
Dugout Football Channel, YouTube channel. 317 subscribers now, so hopefully getting near that 350. And Instagram, Douglas.Horn, and my Twitter is at enrod_1992. And my Facebook is Douglas James Horn, so you'll find me in all them. Come and subscribe to me.
Yes, go and subscribe to Douglas. Jack, where can we find you on the socials, mate?
Just Jack Mac LFC, everyone. Thank you very much for having me on again, mate. Appreciate it. I'll try and get you. I'm gonna do a post match in a little second. Anyway, get the lads' thoughts on as well. Want to know your thoughts as well. But Jack Mac on the usual, everyone. But thank you as always, mate, for having me on. And we'll go again. How many times have we heard that over the years? We'll go again against Crystal Palace, and let's see how we get on anyway. But nice one for having me on, mate.
Absolute pleasure, mate. And Mick, where can we find you on the socials, my friend?
You can find me on Facebook, Mickey Friars, and on Twitter, mfries50. Also, you can find me on all your free videos as well, as special guests. So
yeah, to be fair, we're gonna have to slowly pay Mickey off by like the week, which is like, maybe like, just like slowly like give him like, a couple of chocolate biscuits at like some time, and like, just pay him off a bit slowly.
Mickey's the MVP of our channels.
Yeah, definitely. like literally, guys, like we should like make thumbnails now where we've got all our faces in, just count how many times Mickey's in them. To be fair, guys, thank you so much for coming on the match reaction. And guys, like I said, please let us know in the comment section your thoughts and opinions of the Merseyside derby. But until next time, that's going to be it from us lot. If you did enjoy, then please feel free to leave a like. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all later. Ta-ra, Reds.